life stuff going on. It's not that we haven't missed you. It has been real life going on. So with that being said, hopefully you guys have been staying corona free.
Taking care of y'allselves.
Yes.
Physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally.
Yes.
Take care of yourselves. So we have been thinking, knowing that we've been down for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that we've been down for 3 weeks, we've been thinking about what are we going to talk about. Yeah. What is there to talk about? And in the midst of those 3 weeks, me and Kirrie came up with the idea of using that time to just self-reflect on our individual selves. And we came up with talking about our toxic traits and how to identify those toxic traits. And pretty much how to deal with those toxic traits.
Yeah.
I feel like we all have them. We all are toxic in some way. We probably aren't 100%.
I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty much an angel.
Kirrie, that's toxic right there. You just saying that. Okay. Cut the cameras. We gonna start over. Cause what, Kirrie? We all have toxic traits now.
Well, okay. Well, I guess I'll start with mine because I honestly feel like I'm such a positive ray of sunshine. And so I don't feel like I'm really a toxic person. But one toxic trait that I do have is I tend to overreact sometimes. Like I will overreact in a second. And it's so unintentional. Sometimes I can, maybe misunderstand people. And I overreact. I'll snap and later I'll go back and say, maybe I shouldn't have did that.
Wait, so give us like a
Shalea. Oh wow, I'm an angel.
Right, Shalea, I'm trying to figure out the same thing.
I'm an angel.
When you say you kind of overreact, give us a situation where you've overreacted and you had to check yourself and be like,
we'll see.
No.
Yeah, that's probably not y'all business.
Kirrie, we are identifying toxic traits. It's only right we be completely honest with our viewers, because I'm gonna be real.
Well, okay.
I need to hear this.
Wow.
I know a couple. I'm just waiting on her to tell me.
There was a time where I thought that Tomas may have said something. And then he didn't mean it in that way, but I had already started going off on him before I even realized what he was saying. And then I had to go back and apologize.
How did you feel after that? After you realized that?
I felt crazy. I was like, you know what, Kirrie, that was just too much.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that was just too much. And then even with my friends, with you guys, I take my friendships so level 10.
Mm-hmm.
So if my friends do anything or say anything that I don't like, I will probably get mad.
She'll get an attitude
before I actually understand what's going on. So, even in that situation, I pulled myself back together. But, it happens. I'm still an angel. It happens.
Kirrie, you not an angel, though.
Well, let's talk about your toxic traits. Because I said my toxic trait is that I overreact sometimes.
And I feel like we all overreact. I think it's just if you are doing the overreacting to know when to pull yourself back. Pull yourself out of that moment.
Stop overreacting. Come on.
Yeah. So what you gonna do to change that?
So what's yours?
Oh, you don't want to answer what you gonna do to change it? That means you gonna always.
I want you to talk about yours first, then I answer.
Okay. I have a lot of toxic traits.
Ooh.
Not a lot, but I have some that I'm gonna address the ones that I'm kind of not embarrassed by.
Okay.
So,
all ears.
One, I would consider myself very impulsive and very irrational. I am very impulsive. If I know I want something and it's or if you doing something and you could probably call it bratty, but if you're doing something and it's not what I want to do, then I'm kind of, that's not what I want. This is I'm gonna kind of push the situation. That's not good, especially in a relationship. Like if we're in a relationship and you tell me, hey, this is what I want, and I'm like, well, that's not what I want, and I'm not really gonna respect your decision on that. That's like really bad.
Yeah.
Like that's really bad.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't work in relationships.
Yeah, I'm very irrational. Also, I don't like rejection. That kind of goes
so what
into.
You do? You show out?
Yeah, cause why?
Wow.
Why you telling me? Why you doing that? I'm not saying rejection like if we're out and then like a guy telling me, oh, I
know that. It's not like, I know you just don't go around like hitting on guys. Like, so I'm not thinking about that. I'm
saying like if me and you, like if I'm like, oh, I want to go get some seafood today, and then you like, oh no, Kora, I don't want no seafood. Like I don't want to go with you. I'm gonna get mad.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. Like why don't you
know?
Want to go
I know. I agree.
Why? I always think, why don't you want to do that? Period.
Right.
That's crazy a little bit.
Right.
And I lack discipline. I am the most undisciplined person I know, y'all. Like I will tell myself no, and then I'll turn back around and still do it. Like, oh, Kora, you know you need to get up in the morning and work out, and then the morning coming, I'm like, I'm too tired.
Shalea say you gotta grow up.
No, I do. No, I really do. Like it's so embarrassing. I really gotta grow up, and I'm realizing this stuff about me. That's the first step.
I was just gonna say the first step of getting over this stuff and getting through this stuff is admitting. So I mean, we're taking a big step right now.
Mm-hmm.
We are. Big step.
Go ahead.
So I did ask some of my Instagram followers what their toxic traits were, and when I tell you, like, these people are hilarious.
Please tell us.
So like, I'll tell y'all some of them. So one person said she turns up when something doesn't feel right in her spirit.
Listen, that's intuition, girl. Trust that. Trust your intuition.
She was just like, she turn up like if something does not feel right in her spirit, like she just start turning up. Like,
but that is toxic too because you don't know,
right? Because the intuition is either you trust it, you it's like you on the fence. You trust it or you don't trust it. So if she wrong and she just turning up, you look crazy. But if she right, then you know.
And then you're going to be mad that you didn't react because you're going to be like, I knew I was right and I hate that I ain't listened to my first thought.
Who on here talk about my friend is very toxic? Oh, wow.
Where you see that at? I must be blocked.
Don't call my friend out like that now. I don't play by her. But another person said that she gets annoyed very quickly. She said she gets annoyed quick. Like, the level of being, annoyed is like, and I mean, I understand what she's saying because that could be a little bit of, attitude, like what I was talking about. But some people do like have the smallest pet peeves, and that could be like with her. Yeah. Like she has pet peeves and everything kind of bothers her. So that's kind of what I got from her.
I feel like that's something that might be an attitude, but I feel like that's something she should probably work on because I wake up and I don't like people, but I know I have to deal with it. So you push that feeling aside. That's just sometimes you gotta deal with it, and that's what sucks.
Shay, his Facebook name is Bookie Ball.
Okay,
hope that helps.
Y'all figured it out.
And then another person said that she always makes people fall in love with her, and then they turn possessive.
I'm sorry, what?
She said that she makes people fall in love with her, and then they turn possessive. And you know what? I agree with this. I remember I said this before we even started.
Yeah.
And let me just explain.
Yeah.
Let me just explain. It's not so much of making people fall in love with you. It's just that people tend to fall in love with your vibe. So even if you are not like that into a person, we tend to experience people being more into us than we are into them. And then it's like you got this person breathing down your neck, texting you every 5 minutes. You know, that's another thing that does not make me miss the single days, because I just don't have time no more.
Listen, I've never heard that before. Erica told me get off your phone. I'm reading y'all comments. Y'all cutting up. I've never heard that before, and on top of that, I don't think that's toxic. I don't think do you make the person fall in love with you when you know you have no intentions on pursuing this person? Look at you, it's always you. When you have no intention on pursuing this person, or what?
Well, I think it's more of, like I said, people falling in love with your vibe. I don't think it's you making them do anything. It's just they falling in love with the type of person you are, but maybe you just being yourself and you not ready for that type of time, and they are.
Then you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't entertain people if you know, or you shouldn't entertain them without setting boundaries. Boundaries mean a lot. Like, boundaries mean a whole lot.
Well, okay, Kora, listen. Back in the day, you telling me that you didn't like entertain different people?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so you can't sit up here and say that you didn't entertain people who you knew were not going anywhere. Like, every person you have texted or conversed with or went out on a date, you just knew they were boyfriend material. Exactly.
I even knew I was.
Exactly.
But I will make my intention. Okay, that's toxic.
Yes.
When you explain it like that, that's toxic. If you don't tell people what the intentions are, like, hey, you know, I ain't really looking for that. If you tell them that and they still decide to entertain you, and then they get butthurt after you tell them
that.
That's on them.
People that, and they have gotten upset with me.
Then that's no longer your problem.
And we have a question. Shay said, "What if you do set the boundaries and they still do the most?"
Then that's on them. Like, if I feel like if you set boundaries with people. And they still, like, you tell them, hey, you know, I like you, but I know I'm not looking for that. And they still think you looking for that. That's on them, how they choose to handle the emotions that come from it. I told you what it was. It's that's on true. You to deal with it. We grown. I'm not misleading you, and I'm not, you know, just stringing you along or gaslighting you.
And I think that she was saying that that's one thing that people could probably view her as being toxic.
Yeah.
Because, and even with my other Instagram friend who said that she gets annoyed quickly. That's probably something that other people view her as like, dang, you know, such and such, she always annoyed. She always got an attitude, you know. And toxic, I think, is not what we probably think that we do wrong, is what we know people on the outside probably pinpoint from us, you know, the most. Yeah.
I had some Instagram comments too. If y'all not on Instagram, get on there, because that's where most of our polls and question panels, discussion panels come in at. But one of our followers said that they love too hard. I agree with that, because it's like, you give somebody so much power because you feel as though they're worthy enough to get that from you. Like, hey, you cool, like, I really like you. And then by that time you realize you've given them so much of you, it's more to your detriment. Like, they're using it against you, and they're using it as fuel to upset you or hurt your feelings.
Yeah, and I feel like as women in particular, we tend to love too hard sometimes. And I know with me personally, all it took was my first heartbreak. After my first heartbreak, when it came to, you know, loving too hard, that was detached. Like, it was just something in me after my first heartbreak that just would not allow myself to love so hard until I lose myself again.
I've been in that situation. So this is me asking just advice on that, because I'm the kind of person, like, if I really care about you and I feel like, okay, this is a mature relationship and I like where it's going, I'm going to put a lot of me into it. Yeah. And I've been victim of losing myself in a relationship before, and it's not a good feeling. Especially trying to get yourself back from that. So how did you I think I've learned my lesson from it for sure.
What do you mean? Like, how did I get myself back, or how did I?
Like, what do you tell? Because I'm pretty sure you probably give yourself affirmations, or you probably have conversations with yourself about it. So what?
Well, I feel like after I lost myself and then I found myself again, you know, me and Self had to have a little talk.
That's fine.
Self said, I said, what's up? So after all of that went on, I feel like it was just a automatic mindset. Like my complete mindset changed, and I realized, okay, you Kirrie, you got this, you got that. You know, when they step to you, they know who they messing with. They know they can't do this. They know they can't do that. They
so
can't
you had to
come
get a little arrogant.
Yeah, and it was like I got a little cocky.
You had to
because I knew how I was. And you know, back then it was like Instagram and stuff. So like all my Instagram captions was like, you know. So it was like every relationship after that, up until even, you know, my current relationship, it's just certain things I do not tolerate. And I did that all by changing my mindset. It's like certain things, even once I get married, it's not tolerated. You know, Tomas knows certain things just not tolerated. My ex even said, you know, certain stuff he just would not do or say to me because of who I was. Yeah. And that let me know, that was confirmation right there that my mindset, I also realized my mindset had changed and other people did too. Yeah. So it's like, don't play with me.
I respect that. I like that. That's good advice for everybody out there.
Yeah. You just change your mindset. You believe it, you walk it, you speak it, and other people gonna
see that they gonna attract to those vibes. They gonna pick up on the vibes. And either you gonna be with it or you gonna get lost. Like you don't have to be here.
Because you can get lost fast.
For me, I think it was more so I had to do a lot of evaluation with myself and a lot of, like you said, self-talks. Yeah. And I had to give myself like a lot of affirmations. Because when I felt myself losing myself, I was so gone in a relationship, like, oh my God, you know, blah, blah, whatever.
And do you think the people around you, like,
noticed that? Yeah. What do you mean? Notice that I had lost myself in it? Of course, because they know me. Yeah. You, for instance, like, you know me. So when I stepped back and I realized it and I looked at myself, I'm like, bruh, like, I really can't believe it's me. Right. Like, what's up? I had to wake up and I had to put myself back in the mindset of who was Kora in 20 whatever, or who was Kora during this year, and what were you doing at
just
that time.
Like Erica just said, remember the fuck who you are.
Exactly. You got to.
Remember who the fuck you are. Like, and that's just the bottom line. It's once you remember who you are, like, everything else fall into place. Whoever, you know, person A is, be person A. Whoever person B is, be person B. And that's just what it is. Yeah. And like you said, like, the people around you know you. So everybody around you who was close with you could sense Kora not being Kora.
Being Kora. And once I realized it and I heard so much criticism from my friends who really know me, it took all of that for me to say, okay, you know what? That's not how I'm going. Like, that's not happening. Period. And I had to put my foot down and I had to place boundaries. And I think boundaries are so important, whether it's a friendship, relationship, family, anybody, work. Set boundaries with people so they know not to play with you. Because when y'all let stuff slide and y'all just don't say nothing, you feel like you doing some good by not speaking on it. Yeah. But you're really not, because you're not saying nothing, and people gonna continue to press that button and see how many steps they can, you know, how far they can
press
get.
My buttons.
Set them boundaries, man. Don't play with me. Don't play with me, period.
My buttons. Period. Because my buttons might land me in jail and you in the hospital. Listen. So we just gonna stop pressing people buttons.
Hello, and I block numbers. I block numbers. I do everything I need to do because I don't wanna deal with that. I don't want that in my life.
Let's talk about blocking numbers.
Okay.
Ladies, do you guys block numbers? And if you do, how long do you block a person? Let's be honest. Let me
tell you what I do. Instead of blocking a number, because I just got out the habit of doing it, I will change the name in the phone to make me realize why I stopped talking to you. Like, if I feel like you a compulsive liar, I'm gonna change your name in my phone to compulsive liar.
Oh, you gotta grow up.
And then I'm gonna hide the alerts on my text messages. So when you text me, I ain't gonna hear it until I look in them. And then when I click on it, and then I'm like, oh, this is the reason why I stopped messing with you.
Oh, you gotta grow up.
That's not gotta grow up.
So Erica said, be unknowingly allowing people to play in your face. True.
She said blocked into infinity.
Yes. Rihanna said no. Shay said no. I want you to know I'm ignoring you. Okay, so let me tell y'all about me. I block people, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because I have a going off spirit that I am still working on.
Wait.
I will go off on you. So if I don't need to talk to you, it's best for me just to block you, because all of that keep texting me, I'm probably just gonna curse you out. So for both of us, I block people. Now I will say I will block you for probably like 2 to 3 weeks, and then I'm gonna take you off.
Oh my God, that's a long time. At that point, you're gonna be healed from it. You ain't even gonna care about them no more. At that point, they might as well stay blocked.
No, Kora.
2 to 3 weeks. I
Let me
know
tell you, back in my day, I
weeks.
had some crazy ones, Kora. I done had people find every which way to get in touch with me.
I've had crazy ways of being
Like,
you might as well send a bird at that point, cause hello, send me a bird, baby. Send me a message in a bottle.
Right, Shay, it does depend on the person and the situation. Like, some people have been on my block list. I mean, I don't have a reason to unblock people today, but I've had people on my block list since 2011.
They need to stay
Like,
there.
they have never seen the light of day. Like, this one weird person, I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. I ain't saying no names, so I don't like to embarrass people. Inbox me later if you want to know. Right, Erica, because I will go off on you. But this one weird person, he's been on my block list since probably about 2013, 14-ish.
Is this somebody you had relations with?
When you say relations, that makes it sound sexual.
So no.
No.
So nobody, somebody you just that happened to have your number.
Who I used to talk to.
And I don't see a problem with it.
So
keep his ass on the block.
He's been on the block for that long. He reached out to a old homegirl of mine who we used to be close back in that time when he was around. He reached out to her. And mind you, he's blocked on all my social media because, again, he's a weirdo. He doesn't know how to let go, and we have not even had relations. So why are you so obsessed with me? So, because that's what it is. And he reached out to this one particular homegirl who I used to hang out with back then, and was like, hey, how is Kirrie doing? Is she on your Facebook and Instagram? Because I don't never see her stuff no more. Is she doing good? And the girl, screenshotted it to me and was like, yes, she's great. She's lovely, blah, 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 blah. And just was,
let me just say something.
Speaking of my situation, it was like, she's good.
So why is it always, excuse my language for y'all like that don't, why is it always the niggas that you don't really like that are so persistent and so consistent with it? And then the ones that you really do like, they not really giving you that energy. And then it's always the ones you don't like that be blowing you up. Man, let me take you out and do this and do that. Why? This is a question for y'all. Why? Why y'all do that? If y'all know a woman like y'all, why y'all don't pull all the tricks out? Why y'all just sit back and just let the situation play out? Because then at that point, you too cool. I don't want to really mess with you.
I don't know, but that, if I was single, that's a turnoff.
That's a stalker.
It's it's one thing if you reached out to me on your own. I don't care how you found the way to reach out to me, but you reached out to me on your own. Don't
go through other people.
Hit somebody else up asking about me. And anybody who I used to be cool with, we don't have beef. I don't have beef with any of my old homegirls who I used to be super close with. So they're all gonna come back and tell me. They're all gonna screenshot just like she did and tell me, and they're all gonna speak highly of me because for whatever reason that we're not close anymore, it was not because of beef.
Yeah,
we just grew apart. So and that was just very weird. It was just very weird. Have y'all ever had that happen to y'all? Somebody who you just were not even that serious with, did not have relations with, they just still do the most about you, like, let me know. I don't want to be the only person that see you like.
I've had that happen before, and I just kept on the block. I didn't think too much into it.
He never like tried to do the most to reach out to you.
Yeah, he did, and I still just ignored it because at that point I don't really take you serious because I don't know you. We barely know each other. Like if you was somebody I was like involved with heavily, and I seen you going through all the extra steps and milestones to get to me, I would notice it. But the fact that me and you never really like for what? That don't move. Like that don't do nothing for me.
That's true.
It don't really move me.
Don't really move me.
But you know, I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah,
it's weird. But
it's weird.
You know, people have that's a toxic trait.
It is.
That's toxic because at that point
not
you know I'm not
let
interested.
Go.
Exactly. You
being
know
a stalker.
that. But you know, some people say like letting go it's easier said than done. Especially if you're involved with somebody. I'm talking about all across the board involved, like intimately. Yeah. And you know all that mentally.
That's good that you said that because that goes into like our topic for next week.
Y'all,
I don't know if they ready for the topic for next week.
We ain't gotta tell them. Let's talk about this Jada and Will thing before we leave because I feel like
that's next week.
Okay.
Why would you even get? You already gave them a spoiler of next week now.
Well, that means y'all need to tune in because it's gonna be good. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. So let me ask you this: have you seen what's been going on with Ari and Moneybagg Yo? Because I kind of wanted to bring that to the table.
I mean, honestly, I'm not hyped on Ari. I'm just not. I feel like a lot of people are very like a lot of people hype her up, and I mean that's cool. I feel like she's a cool chick. Like she's pretty, but. How everybody was like reposting all of her stuff and was just like, oh, goals and stuff like that. Like it's the goal. It's not even about the reposting.
It's the goals.
It's the goals, and I'm just like,
because y'all don't know what these people deal with behind closed doors. I hate seeing it.
I do feel like the baby mama was wrong.
You think
like,
she's wrong?
Yeah, she's wrong.
I'm on both sides of the fence with that.
I personally believe you cannot expect the same treatment of the person that he is with. Like, you are not his girlfriend. You are his baby mama. And as long as you and your child have a nice place to sleep, and you and your child have something to eat, and y'all don't look homeless or dirty, there is nothing that more that man has to do for you personally.
She said, so to back up her, because I'm not a baby mama, clearly. I don't got no kids. So I'm still gonna back her up on some of the points. She said that she had been with this man right before he got with Ari. And once he got into the industry, he got him an industry chick.
Yeah.
So she's bitter from that.
Yeah, and I can understand her being
bitter. I
bitter.
understand that. That's the only thing I understand.
I can
as far as
her bitter,
bashing Ari and him, I don't understand that. And you gotta let that hurt go, baby. You gotta let it go because at that point you have a child.
Right.
So now you're not only harming, you know, the relationship this man has with his child, but you basically just putting him down in front of this baby.
Right, Ashla. Right, Brianna. And that's just like I'm not a fan of her either, but it's nothing wrong with him buying his girlfriend a car. That is his girlfriend.
That's his girl.
I understand her being hurt. I mean, we done all been hurt, but you can't be hurt and say the car is wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with him buying her that car.
And it's a car at the end of the day. Like, I just feel like that she should not have went on the whole rant. She seems bitter. She seems upset.
I mean, her voice was crackling in the video.
Listen, she seems bitter. She seems upset. And you, for one, me personally, I'm never gonna let another female see me sweat. I don't give a damn.
And
like,
honestly, all she did was hype Ari up more.
Yeah, because now she's fueling you. She was like, me and your shine gonna love.
Yes.
I'm like,
I mean,
I'm never gonna give you that benefit of the doubt. If you ever looking for a reaction out of me,
right?
Especially when it comes to a man, you gonna wait. Like, don't hold your
right, Ashla. The baby mama is just regular. Like, her mindset, regular. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't agree with it.
She gave that for one. You giving Ari too much. You already look crazy because You sitting over here ranting and raving about him buying her a Lamborghini. Then on top of that, they together, so they laughing at you.
Right.
Like, you're a
and
joke.
let's just be honest.
You're a joke.
Like, none of us are celebrities, so we can't tell somebody how to move when their status goes from here to here.
That's true.
You can't tell somebody how to move, like, and I'm pretty sure, like, a lot of these guys who have been with people they were with before they got rich, I'm pretty sure they struggle, like, with not dating an industry trick. She ain't no trick. I don't know her, so I can call her a trick. An industry chick. So I know they struggle with that because, of course, it's probably easier, you know, to deal with somebody like Ari versus dealing with his baby mama.
Why you say easier?
Because that's gonna bring him more money, more publicity. Because I can't talk today. That's gonna bring him a lot more. Period. When it comes to financially, that's because we over the time. So that's gonna bring us a lot more. That's gonna bring him a lot more financially. So when him and Ari having bookings at the club, you don't see him and the baby mama on no flyer like, come party with Moneybag and baby mama tonight.
Hello?
No, they saying come party with Moneybag and Ari tonight. Like, that's money in both of their pockets.
Yeah. That's why I just feel like, for me, just you gave this lady too much. That just fueled the entire fire for what it already was. At the end of the day, you have a baby by this man. You gonna get paid. You gonna get your cut.
Right.
He gotta take care of his kid. Hopefully, he's a genuine man who wants to take care of his kids. So just let it be that and move on. Life gonna keep going. Y'all still gonna communicate. Y'all still gonna have. I mean, it's probably not gonna be what it used to be.
Right.
But
I agree, Ashla. I feel like it's probably a lot of the publicity is why he is with her. But again, like, who can blame him? I mean, none of us are rich, none of us are famous, so maybe that he made that move
for himself, and for his career. You never know. We only assuming because of what we see,
but I think that whole situation was crazy. That was ridiculous. Like, that made me feel bad for the men with baby mamas who act like that.
Y'all, oh my God, have kids by men that y'all know gonna show up for your kids. And just, I feel like when you have a child, you have to put yourself in a position to kind of, you know, prepare for whatever is to come. If he gonna be there, he gonna be there. If he not, he not. And you just have to deal with that. At the end of the day, y'all decided on this together. So
well, we have, I mean, I wasn't even feeling good today, but y'all have, like, brought it out of me. I appreciate this conversation today. Like, we've been gone for 3 weeks, and y'all have showed so much love.
So much love. Worth the wait.